Today we're going to be using Redline Complete Fuel System Cleaner, and we're going to try to clean these intake valves. Boy, do they have a lot of carbon. The directions say for the initial fill, pour entire bottle into nearly empty fuel tank and refuel up to 20 gallons of gasoline or petrol. So for regular maintenance, use a half a bottle every 1,500 miles. Well, let's go ahead, add this to our fuel tank. Then I'm going to show you guys just how bad these intake valves really are. And we have a 30 years of carbon buildup. And I can tell you one thing, this is definitely quite the challenge for this Redline. So let's go ahead, use our borescope camera, go take a look inside this engine. I want you guys to see 30 years of carbon buildup and just how bad this engine really is. Now this is not a direct injection engine or GDI, so if you guys have a port injected engine or throttle body injected engine, this method will work great for you. Also, I'm going to come back later on, test Redline once again and see if it'll also work for direct injection, except I'm going to add this to a giant sprayer. So let's go ahead, take a look at this engine's intake valves. The first observable valve, you can definitely see a lot of carbon buildup. Redline definitely has a task ahead of it. So let's go ahead and move on to the second observable valve. Here we are at the second observable valve. This valve has just as much carbon buildup. Guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel and comment below if you want to see your test idea brought to life, and we'll perform your test in one of our upcoming videos. Let's go ahead and move on to the third observable valve. This valve's just as bad. Alright guys, let's go ahead and move on to the fourth observable valve. Wow guys, the carbon buildup in this valve is just as bad as the rest. So, do you think we can get rid of this valve gunk with Redline? Well, I definitely have my doubts. Alright guys, you saw just how bad those intake valves were before. So, I'm excited to show you how it all turned out. Now, we drove till we emptied the tank out. And so I'm really excited for you guys to see how this has turned out. I know you're definitely going to be surprised with these results. Well, I don't want to keep you guys waiting anymore. Let's go ahead, jump in, and show you the results. Here we are back at the first observable valve. I can definitely see a lot of reduced carbon buildup. So let's go ahead and move on to the second observable valve. Alright, we're at the second observable valve. Definitely a lot of reduced carbon buildup on this valve as well. I'm pretty shocked. I did have my doubts, that's for sure. This engine definitely has some carbon issues. Let's go ahead and move on to the third observable valve. Here we are at the third observable valve, and it definitely looks a lot better. A very impressive performance by Redline. Let's go ahead and move on to the fourth observable valve. Here we are at the fourth observable valve. Well guys, what do you think? Do you think Redline done a great job? Make sure you let me know in the comments below. And be sure to let me know what you want to see next. Until then, get ready to get wrenching for the next upcoming video. Thank you for watching.